folks, today's the day. You saw the video of the Troy-Bilt. You saw the video of me tilling the garden. I ended up tilling 2 plots. I'm going to make one plot all sweet corn, and the rest is going to be tomatoes, some peppers, and some beans. The weather finally warmed up enough that hopefully we don't get any more frost and destroy what I'm trying to do. So let's get into it. Already started with some tomato plants here. I'm hoping to get between the tomatoes and the peppers 3 rows, but we'll see how it goes. You can see the plots, the 2 separate plots here, and my reasoning, my idea for planting the rows in this direction is the rows will be wide enough that I can run the tiller down it in between the rows, and I can skip from one plot right to the next and keep on going and flip around, and I think it'll work much better that way. Make tilling the weeds a lot faster. Now, the tiller is 16 inches wide, so I'm going to make my rows 18 to 20 inches in between to give me room to run my tiller through. Probably go 20 just to be safe. Couldn't find any stakes, so I'm using my long 1/2-inch extensions here to run my string, but it'll work. I've tilled this garden, both plots, probably 8 times now, and got the soil really looking good and ready to go. Okay. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 plants in a row here. And it looks like I have 2, 4, 6, and then 3 pepper plants. Doesn't matter how much you chop it up, you're still gonna, like that, there's a root right there. Always gonna run into that. The peppers I got are jalapenos. I don't like peppers any hotter than jalapenos. Not planting any bell peppers. Bell peppers give me heartburn. Oh, there's two of them in there. Yeah, we'll make it work. Planting a garden is not hard. It just takes time. A lot of up and down on your knees and getting your knees dirty, getting your hands dirty. All right, the 3 pepper plants. And of course, the day I have to do this, at least the sun is halfway out and it's not raining, but it's windy. 3 jalapeno plants. And I still have 3, 4 tomato plants. So let's get the stake moved. I'll tell you what, when you have a bad back, getting up and down like this sucks. But I'm not going to let it keep me down. Power through it. Four. The first garden I planted in about 10 years. Just gave up on it. Figured by the time the garden was done, the vegetables were ready, I could go to the store and buy vegetables dirt cheap anyway. So that's what I did. Didn't put the effort into planting a garden, but this year, I got the bug to plant a garden again. Just satisfaction. You come out and plant them knowing that you can pick your garden, to pick your vegetables and your corn, knowing you planted it. And you did it all. Okay. The rest of this garden, or this patch, is going to be beans. All right, the rest of this row, I have some asparagus. I forgot that I bought asparagus, so we'll plant the rest of this row in asparagus. Never tried this before. Never tried to plant asparagus before, but there's a first for everything, as long as I can do it without stepping on my tomatoes. You want to be in a YouTube video? You want to be in a YouTube video? Let's see how this goes. If they don't grow, they don't grow. All right, there's a half a row of asparagus. We'll see what happens with that. Almost stepped on that tomato plant. All right, let's move the line and plant some beans. If the spacing in each row isn't exactly the same, it doesn't matter as long as I get my tiller through it. But just using the string so when I hoe a row, it's actually straight. Somewhat straight anyway. When I was a little kid, I was in 4-H, and one year I did vegetable gardening, and I actually got to go to the state fair for it, and I won first prize at the state fair for like a 10-year-old kid in his garden. I was happy as hell. The first part of this first row, anyway, is going to be some yellow wax beans. I think I should be able to get a whole row. Before these start popping out, I'm going to have to get some kind of fencing around here to keep the rabbits out, because every time you plant beans, the rabbits love them and they'll destroy your crop. Didn't quite make a whole row with the wax beans, so I'll finish it off with regular green beans. Wasn't sure how many packages I needed to buy. Wife makes awesome green beans cooked with bacon. Very good. I'm probably going to have room for another 3 or 4 rows that I didn't plan for. So I'll have to figure out something else to put in here. Now that I got that last line strung out, I probably could have one more row in here, but I might come up with, maybe I'll plant a row of sunflowers or something. Who knows? Last package of beans. A little short on that row, but oh well. Get those covered up. All right. I think I'm gonna put a stake or something where that line is so I can mark that row, so I know if I want to add another row right here, I can, and I know where it is, but I may just call that good. Probably will. All right, now the corn, we're going to put it same spacing for the row, about 8 to 12 inches apart per seed. All right. Hoe a row. Boy, the soil in this patch of garden for some reason is a lot more powdery. They've both been tilled the same amount of time. I don't know. And there again, I don't know if I have enough seed to do this whole patch or if I'm going to go buy more seed. We're going to find out. planting sweet corn, you want to have a cluster of corn, not 1 or 2 rows. Have 3, 4, 5 or so rows so they can pollinate themselves. 1 or 2 rows, you're probably not going to get pollination. There's one. I finally have the house done. I worked nonstop on that so we could have it done before our granddaughter's birthday party, which is this Saturday, which is in 2 days. But it's done. I guess it's not all done. I need to figure out what I want to do with the outlet covers and light switch covers, but that's the easy stuff. And I don't care if people come here and see it without that, but they're going to see all the other work I put into it. So now that's done, I was able to move on to the garden. Decided this year I wasn't going to plant anything that vines, no melons, no cucumbers, anything like that. They're good. I like to eat them, but your gardening is a lot easier when you're not dealing with vining plants because it makes it harder to weed. This way I can either just till or hoe easily and not worry about chopping anything over or stepping on vines or anything like that. Makes life a lot easier. That's the last row. So I'll get that string out of the way. We'll cover everything up. I didn't think I'd ever plant a garden again, to tell you the truth. Figure I had too many other things to do, and like I said earlier, by the time your garden comes in and you're able to pick and eat the vegetables, it's just as cheap to go to the store and buy them or stop at some roadside vegetable stand. But I guess I'm old now and I want the joy and feeling that I accomplished it on my own. I'll eat what I grew, like the old days. So cover it up. A light covering of the dirt. One more row to cover up. That's it. Garden 2026 planted. And if you want to come and help me weed it later on, let me know.